don't think I've ever been more tired in my life. I've just finished a 12-hour shift at work, but I had to stay up and make this video because never in a million years did I think War Thunder, a game centered around World War II combat, tanks and aircraft, would ever be introducing the M1 Abrams. But right in front of the screen right now, take a look at it in all its beauty. Let's get right into this devblog. What is going on, guys? It is an extremely tired YRG Gaming here, and today I'm going to just sit in awe at the news. Now, I knew that this tank would be coming, but it's still sort of surreal, the fact that it's being introduced. I mean, the other tanks you could understand, Leopard 2, for example, like the Leopard 2K. I mean, we had the Leopard 2A5 in the April Fool's event, so we've already been sort of desensitized to that kind of thing. The Chieftain has the Challenger 1's gun, so it's nothing really new there. We're just getting better armor and better mobility. But the M1 Abrams, it's this iconic tank that everyone seems to either love or hate, and it's so incredible finally being able to see this vehicle in all its glory rendered in the War Thunder engine. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but it's incredible. I just can't believe that it's finally here. I remember when War Thunder, especially the American tech tree, there were no M60 A1s or MBT 70s. It was just really simple. You just had rank 5 and that's it. I was a player pre-ATGMs. I know a lot of you probably were. And now to see something as iconic and unanimously accepted as one of the most powerful main battle tanks finally being entered into the game, And I mean, I've already done a video about this tank as a little bit of clickbait, just so I could get some of the, the previews before the actual Devblog came out. But, it's just still, it's so surreal seeing this finally. I don't know if it's because I'm so tired, but yeah, let's just get straight into this Devblog before I talk myself to death. M1 Abrams, the Desert Warrior. A fighting vehicle that needs no introduction, the M1 Abrams is one of only a small number of tanks that have gained such a reputation and worldwide fame that surpass the legendary status by a long shot. War Thunder tankers and fans of modern military vehicles rejoice the M1 Abrams is charging at full speed to the top ranks of War Thunder's ground forces battles with the upcoming update 1.77 Advancing Storm. Get ready. In War Thunder, the M1 Abrams is going to be a new addition that will expand the roster of vehicles available to the player at rank 6 of the American Ground Forces tree. Despite its enormous size and impressive combat weight of 60 tons, the M1 Abrams can hardly be considered a lumbering beast. Its 1500 horsepower multi-fuel turbine engine is able to bring the Abrams to a top speed of 45 miles per hour, that is 72.4 kilometers per hour, and even manages to achieve 25 miles per hour or 40 kilometers per hour in reverse. With mobility like this, the Abrams is able to swiftly maneuver into position and even relocate to other locations on the battlefield at a moment's notice. Apart from its excellent mobility, which is an offensive capability in its own right, the Abrams is also outfitted with a powerful main cannon and a pair of machine guns. For the primary armament, American engineers choose the 105mm M68A1 cannon, capable of firing a wide range of ammunition types. In addition to the cannon, the Abrams is also equipped with a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun. 1762 is mounted near the loader's hatch, and the good old 50 cal is mounted on the roof of the turret for anti-air defense. Aspiring M1 commanders can expect effective protection against some of the most commonly used projectiles found in the higher ranks. However, it's worth noting that all of this effective armor is mostly placed around the front portion of the vehicle's hull and turret, as is common for modern MBT designs. In comparison, the side armor is relatively thin and can be easily pierced by even cannons of lower ranked vehicles. As the M1 Abrams was specifically developed with crew protection in mind, it comes to no surprise that several special protection features found their way onto the M1's design. Fuel tanks in the front of the hull were placed in armoured containers that prevent fires in the fighting compartment, and the fuel served as additional protection against heat shells as well. One more solution was provided. Better crew survivability was separate ammunition storage that was also in armoured containers. In the cases where powder charges were on fire, gas pressure was released through special blow-up panels that were mounted on the hull and the turret. Such system, if the panels functioned properly, would allow the crew to wait out the fire with ammunition storage whilst remaining inside the tank. After the fire was out, the crew could either leave the tank or drive it away from the battlefield. Although this protection feature will be represented in the game as well, aspiring commanders of the Abrams shouldn't expect a guaranteed second chance from this protective feature. Yes, it's possible to prevent such a sudden and quick destruction of the vehicle, but only if the case was hit and powder charges caught fire. If hit detonated HESH or heat ammo, the tank will be rendered destroyed. If the player is able to extinguish the flames, they will be able to withdraw to safety for repairs and rearming. Nonetheless, these protective features will slightly increase the Abrams survivability on the battlefield and are bound to save the occasional tanker from an untimely demise under the right circumstances. The first production version of the M1 has been dispatched to the troops fighting on the front lines and is due to arrive with War Thunder's update 1.77 advancing storm very soon. Stay tuned to the news to find out more about the next upcoming major update for War Thunder. Until then, stay safe on the battlefield. That's all I really needed to say. All I needed to do was read the Devblog because I've already made an Abrams video talking about everything I sort of wanted to know. Well, here's the vehicle in all its different camouflage schemes. It appears this is some kind of tricolour, very similar to my own country's M1 Abrams scheme, just without the darker browns. We've got the desert yellow camouflage. This is probably the most famous M1 Abrams camouflage because this is what it used in Desert Storm and the 2003 invasion of Iraq, things like that. This is the European green camouflage. Now the M1 model in particular was most seen with this camouflage on it before they shipped them off to Iraq, so this is what it was designed for. And finally, the side profile view, you can actually see the size and striking power of this tank. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. It has been your boy Gary G Gaming, and I will catch you guys next time.